Today, you'll be receiving from a message full of God's power to help you become everything that God has created you to be. You know, God sent his son, Jesus, to die for you to have a life of abundance and for you to be an ambassador for him. What does that mean? That your life should represent his goodness. It's time to be about it. Tune in today's message and you'll be blessed.
Then, on top of that, they're surrounded by enemies who want to kill them, who twist their words, their intentions, and lie and cheat. And these were supposed to be the Christian folk. Jesus, the people coming up against Jesus were the priests and the people. Jesus was on this earth. Why would you leave heaven in all this perfection to come down here and deal with trifling people? This was a massive gift and decision that Jesus had made to come be here with us. And yet instead, Jesus is sitting there healing people, and the very Christian people standing back twisting it. Well, it's on the Sabbath. She could have been sick until tomorrow. You done broke the law. I mean, just tripping. Just tripping. I wish somebody out here would be a little bit more real with me, because you know, if I could hear your phone conversations from the last couple days, I know somebody done said, you better quit tripping up in here. So Jesus, you about to leave us. You get to go and sit at the right hand of the Father. Okay, great. But we still down here with these crazy people. Then on top of that, then Jesus is like, you know, my works, you can do greater. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus is a hard act to follow. So these folks are living under pressure. 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 You know, I deal with a little tiny bit of that every time my dad puts me up on a Sunday. Because I'm like, some of them people be like, oh, our bishop ain't here, okay. And other people be like, she a chick. I ain't listening to no woman tell me nothing. Like, okay, all right. Pressure. Bishop like, turn to chapter 7. We'd have been, if Bishop was here, we would have hit 17 scriptures by now. I'm on one and don't know if I'm going to get out this passage. Then on top of it, we talking about the context of let not your heart be troubled. Then on top of it, we just read Thomas has a question, Lord, you know, we don't know where you're going. So how should we know the way? Then if you read verse 8, here comes Philip. He's saying, Lord, show us the Father. And if it suffices us. And Jesus' answer is like, have you not been with me for, what's my point? They got questions. They have questions. You know, sometimes you don't, no matter how much training you have, you just don't feel ready. I have any parents up in here? I did so much training and classes and talked to people and until they put that baby in my arms, and it's just like it all went away. I paid like almost $200 for, I didn't know Lamont's class wasn't free, but I paid like $200, you know, for all these different classes and what to do. And then when it came time, when they sent me, I was in the hospital for a while, but when I left the hospital, I was nervous. I was like, okay, when I get home, okay, I know what to do, but I never felt ready. And now that I have a toddler, you know, when he hits his challenging phases, and he used to sleep well, and then last night he decided he was 4 months again and woke up 3-4 times in the middle of the night and didn't want to sleep, and then wanted to give us a fits this morning because he tired, trying to get ready. I was like, if Word of Faith could see me right now, half dressed, chasing a toddler, trying to feed him, and anyway, you just never prepared. And this is how the disciples felt. I still have questions. How am I supposed to know? How am I, you know, just that mode of feeling like I'm just not cut out to deal with all this stuff. How much longer are they going to have us locked up in here? I don't know how do you raise kids? How do you keep a marriage tight under all this pressure? They didn't feel ready. And then the funny thing is, on top of that, you get them to the place where The buck now stops with them. You know, that's one good thing about not being the boss, is that if the company gets sued 9 times out of 10, the boss's name, whether they got something to do with it or not, is on it. Not yours. You can get a new job. But the boss can lose almost everything. So now the buck stops with them. So then, knowing all of that, this is what they're hearing, this is what they're feeling, and this is Jesus is telling them all of this as he's washing their feet. What a lovely comfort and a humble man and a humble presence that they had become accustomed to. And he's telling them all this, and then while they're grasping that, then he says, let not your heart be troubled. If you believe God, believe also in me. Let not your heart be troubled. Notice here that when he makes that statement, and he's making that statement even to us to today, is that the first thing you really got to realize is your heart not being troubled is up to you. It's up to you. It's not up to the circumstance. It's up to you. I'm going to say it again on this side. It's up to you, not up to the circumstance. And you know, sometimes, you know, we want that genie in the bottle thing. God, I'm feeling X, Y, Z. I'm tired of this, that. I need you to come in here and fix it. Let me rub this genie the right way. You come out, give me my 3 wishes, and we're good. But it doesn't always work that way. Especially if you're not a baby Christian. Doesn't work that way. So how do you deal with a troubled heart when you're dealing with hard times? I think I'm going to go through maybe 2 or 3 of these this morning, and I'm going to reiterate this again. Number 1 is simply this: recognize that it is up to you. Stop giving away all of your power to other folks and other circumstances. You know, the one thing that Jesus is saying, let not your heart be troubled, is not only is he giving ownership of the position of your heart to you, but he's also kind of showing you what kind of power you actually have. Because, you know, sometimes when you're getting a foreclosure notice, or you get this very negative health report, or you have this relationship and it's looking horrible, or you're dealing with this, your car is being this over here, or you just feeling this way, or you've been broken so many times, it feels like everybody else has the power but you, especially when you're dealing with financial trouble. Because you're in a position where they have the Lord over you, especially if you have borrowed it all, and that they can come in here and seem like take everything that you have. They may be able to take the things that they have from you, that you have in the natural, but you can always get more natural things. What they can't take is what's really powerful, and that's that anointing on the inside of you. I need you to recognize that by Jesus saying to you, even when times are hard, let not your heart be troubled, that means you have to have some power. And not just some power, a lot of power. Because some folks in here are under a tremendous amount of pressure right now. There's some folks in here, they look good, they smell good, they got a smile on their face, but they're fighting the battle of their lives underneath. And you can't see that, but God can see that, and he's saying, don't let your heart be troubled, because if you trust me, I got you. That's the first thing that'll lift up your head. You got to understand, when you allow your confidence to get down because somebody else is ignorant, you are laying down your power. And God is telling us this morning, turn around and pick your power up. I know it's hard. I know it doesn't feel good, but you better pick your face up and keep it moving. You may not know what to do, but that's a great place to be when you don't know what to do. You know why? Because then you get your stuff, get your head out of the way, and then you turn over to God and say, I don't know what to do, but I'm going to trust you, and I'm going to listen, and I'm going to follow you, and I'm going to make a decision. I'm not going to let this circumstance shut down my life. Ain't no coronavirus shutting down my life, shutting down our life, shutting down your purpose, shutting down your future. And even those who have already gone before us, they are shouting in glory, oh, death, where is thy sting? They would not come back if they had the option. Why? Because they have reached the ultimate place, the ultimate finish line, where there's no pain, there's no lack, there's no issues, just the glory of God. So you got to wake up to the fact that you have the power. And I know it hurts sometimes when people are lying on you and saying ignorant stuff to you. And when there's injustice going on around you. But you know what? Don't give them your power.
I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I want to invite you to subscribe as well as visit our website at michelleferguson.org. We have some materials there that can help you as you walk through life, live the life that God created for you. As always, I'm Michelle Ferguson, helping you to discover, develop, and celebrate who God has created you to be. See you next time.